Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. For this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to make this slash and spread ruched dress. So this is Duchess silk rather, and for this tutorial, I'm going to be using 3.5 yards of Duchess silk. So I figured that I couldn't find this tutorial on YouTube. So while I was drafting, I decided that I was going to make a tutorial for it and also post it so that you all can benefit from this. So if you find this video helpful, please like, share and subscribe, and don't forget to drop a comment as well. My client is a size 10, so 3.5 yards is perfect for a size 8 to 10. Please take note. So I used a neckline of 3 by 3 inches, and I have already drafted my pattern. This is my basic gown bodice. Okay, so that curve you can see there is where I'm going to be slashing. So as you can see, I have my seam allowance of 1.5. And from the seam allowance, I went inwards by 4 inches and I went upwards by 4 inches as well. Then I created a curve to my waistline. You can see that that is a C curve. If you want your curve to start from your underbust to your hip line, then that is totally fine. So the next thing I did was to create my slash lines. Your slash lines can vary from 0.5 inches to 1 inches. I'm sorry I'm moving the camera around so much because I couldn't put it in a stand. I was just trying to get a video as quick as possible. So I created so many dot lines. You can slash lines. You can curve your slash lines, you can make it straight, you can leave it however you want. Please note that these slash lines are coming from the C curve part to the edge of the other side of the bodice. So you're first going to cut out the C curve, and then you're going to cut out the slash line from where the C cut starts, or where the C curve starts, to the edge of the other. Please do not cut through, do not cut it out entirely. So I'm just going to be explaining that once again. From the waistline, you go up by 3 or 4 inches, then you come in by 4 inches as well. So I adjusted that part. You know, the first curve was connected to my hip line, but I had to take it up to like 2 inches above my hip line. And on the other side of my pattern, I went down like 3 or 4 inches below my hip line and I curved it down to that area. I do not want to have a straight slash and spread, so one side is higher, one side is lower. For the length of the dress, it's actually going to be longer than this. The other part of the length, I'm going to put it in the fabric. So this is what the whole pattern looks like. I hope you can understand it from just looking at it. So I'm going to cut through those lines. Note, you're cutting from the C part to the other edge of the pattern, not from this end to the C part. Please just note, you're going to be cutting from that side to this side. So I'm going to cut that out, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like. Okay, as you can see, I cut out the C part first. I cut out plus the seam allowance. You can see how I slanted it up there. So from here, I'm going to now cut and slash these lines. My lines are too tiny. Don't make yours as tiny as this. I didn't end up following this line because it was going to be so plenty. So you can leave it to 2 inches allowance from each line. Okay, so at this point, I had a bit of a situation, so I just had to ask a friend. So what happened was that I tried to open up the slash lines. I tried to spread it as wide as I could, but this part was folding. They were overlapping each other, and that's not what I want. So the more I opened, the more they overlapped each other, and that is not what I wanted. You can see that I did not cut it out completely. So the solution to this problem, if you have it, is to slash it in a bit. So you see that my allowance from the edge is more than 1 inch. It's about 2-3 inches. Do not live up to that allowance from the edge. slash it as close to the edge as you can, but make sure you do not cut it through completely. When you do that, then you can open up your slash for as wide as you can, and this will be relaxed. This other side will not overlap like it did the first time. So this is what I figured, and so I had to unpin everything. Okay, so at this point I opened up everything and I repinned it. So this is how it is on the fabric. You can see the space I left on the lower part because I wanted it to complete the dress. I didn't have much fabric, so I could not open it for as wide as possible. I was trying to save fabric for the back side and for the sleeve. So that's the armhole. The other part was the neckline. So I would, at this point, I would recommend working with 4 yards of fabric because 3.5 yard was barely enough. Like I had to squeeze. You can see not all the slashes did I open. I didn't open all of them because I was trying to save as much space as I can. But if you're slim, very slim, like a size 6 or a size 8, then you can use 3.5 yards. It will be okay. But this person was a size 10, and she did, and she said she would have preferred if it came out fuller. So next time I would work with 4 yards of Duchess. So this is it after cutting out. I've cut out the body. So this is what it will look like. I'm going to be gathering this. You can choose to pleat it together, but I'm going to be gathering this. My C-part pattern that I had already cut out, I have used this C-part pattern to cut out on the fabric, seal the same C-part, and I added 1/2 inch allowance. Okay, so at this point I ran a gather through the points. I made sure to notch the upper part and the lower part where the gather is going to start and where it's going to end. So what I'm going to do is to gather from the top to the middle of the waistline, from the lower part to the middle of the waistline. So what I mean is that I'm going to be gathering from that point you see up there, stop at the waistline, and then I'm going to go down to the lower part of the dress where my gather stitch ended, and I'm going to gather from that point to the middle. So I'm gathering them from one end to the middle, from the other end to the middle. So that is what I'm going to be doing. Please, on your paper, you notch the points where your gather is going to start from and where it's going to end. So this is after I have gathered the up and the downside, and you can see that's my C pattern over there. I had cut it on the fabric and I had to leave 1/2 inch allowance on both sides so that I'm going to join that. So I'm going to flip it open to this side, start from the middle, sew it to the other end, and then sew to the other end. By the time I flip it open, we are going to have a neat stitch. So I'm going to go and do that now and show you what it looks like after. So I've gone ahead to join the C part to the main pattern. As you can see, this is gathered already, and this is what I have. As you can see, the neckline is going to align. By the time you gather this properly, everything is going to align. The neckline that was going one side will align to the middle. So I'm going to join the back bodies to this, shoulder to shoulder, side to side. So this is it after I've joined the front and back together. This is what it looks like. I don't know if you can see clearly, but this is the neckline. So what I'm going to be doing is to turn this neckline with bias because I'm not using a lining for this. So I'll quickly finish the neckline with the bias, and then I'm going to attach my sleeve. Please make this dress fitted because that's one of the only way this slash and spread is good. This gathers in the waistline is going to show. Make it very fitted on your waistline so that it's going to drag the slash and then it will relax well on your body and you see the effect of what you did. So I'm going to show you what it looks like after I have turned the neckline, put the zip and join the sleeves together. So this is the final look of the dress. Please let me know if this video was helpful to you. And if you're going to be trying this out soon, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, hit the like button and share. See you in my next video. Bye.